Oh boy, we got to go back to the news, Brian, for a second. I'll hold
Oh,
on to that for a second because we got another piece of
did
news.
something happen to Eric Bloom?
No, this is local news now. We've done national news. This is local news because a lot of the people out there who denigrate me on for some of my political statements on the Twitter machine, they say, "Well, he never says anything good about you know who." Well, I'm going to now announce that, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has done something good for a native Kentuckian, a fellow citizen of my state, is now in better shape, feeling better, more prosperous than he was before because of the current occupant of the White House's intervention. Brian, have you heard about this?
I have no idea what you're talking about. No.
Well, there was a guy, a Kentucky guy, maybe we're going to take over instead of Florida man, a Kentucky guy. Well, he was arrested for his alleged part in the January 6th festivities when they staged the insurrection against government. And when they arrested him, they found 6 guns and 4,800 rounds of ammunition on him. And that wasn't actually fucking kosher because he had prior felonies on his record. So it was illegal, even in this gun crazy country, for him to have 6 guns and 4,800 rounds of ammunition because he's already a convicted felonies, multiple felon. Then they took him to trial for January 6th and they convicted him. And he was supposed to be in prison until 2028. But Trump pardoned him. So I want to thank him for aiding a fellow Kentuckian and at the same time making several million other of us less safe because of his actions. But Brian, have you heard what he's been making news, old Shetler, in a variety of ways, including how he treats the news? You've obviously heard about the controversies of the past week of him talking to the press.
Yeah, I saw the ABC News one live where in the Oval Office with the Saudi prince, also, as he's also known, future owner of WWE, the Saudi prince with Donald Trump in the office, he was really insulting to the ABC News reporter. And then I found out about the piggy thing after the fact, and that was just the beginning of the week.
And again, for the folks around the world who don't understand how we're inundated with this fucking pig and his bloviations constantly, he's cracking because whether it's the Epstein thing or as the Republicans now realize in 3 years, we're going to be rid of this fucking guy and we got to have a future. And he's old and he's stressed and he's just blurting shit out now. So not only is he accusing, as he always has, any reputable news outlet in the country who tells the truth about him, or even just doesn't lie when he wants them to, that's fake news. And he's starting to get cracks in the number of people who just blindly believe that bullshit like it could actually be possible, that everybody's engaged in this massive conspiracy to tell you lies about me because I'm just an asshole. But nevertheless, he's resorted to actually telling them to their face, you're a rotten reporter. Your network ought to have its license pulled. You're fake news. I don't know why I talk to you. You do a horrible job. And when one woman was asking him on the plane the other day to follow up on a question about the Epstein files, which has really got him his ass chapped, and imagine what a hideous sight that is, he actually said to her, "Quite quiet, piggy." This fat asshole fraud is starting to melt down because he realizes he can't keep his plate spinning very much longer. And it's getting tiring because he's fucking old. And he's lied and he's grifted and he's fucking distracted and he's name called and he's whatever his way into a fucking corner. And the only people that are willing to still kiss his ass are these lunatics he's surrounded himself with. So nobody's even telling him the truth about how stupid and false all of his shit looks. And he's calling these people fakes. And Brian, as you'll remember, since my father was in the newspaper business, he had quite a bit to do at the state level with not only freedom of the press, but fairness and accuracy of the press. And for these legitimate, I know there's some Fox News people and some of the right-wing lunatic piss sites that he credentials now instead of real people that are going to report facts and knowledge. But there's real reporters there that are being insulted because they work hard to verify, fact check, whatever the case, and figure out this shit. If it hadn't been for the guys named Woodward and Bernstein, we might have had Nixon till 70 fucking 6. So the point is, you know that every reporter that covers this lying sack of shit is sitting there wishing that he would drop over and turn to jelly. They hate the sound of his voice. They hate the condescending tone. And they hate being called names. But they can't say anything because they're supposed to be professional, right? Well, I think that there's got to be somebody in that pool of somewhere in one of these press positions that says, you know what, I just can't, I can't take this anymore. I hate all this shit. And I want to go open a bed and breakfast on a beach somewhere or get a job at a goddamn hot dog stand. People would be nicer to me than this. And just looking for a change of career. And Brian, I told you this the other day, and you didn't know whether it was legal or not. So pending legal approval, I think this is if somebody on the reporter's crew, even a sound guy, anybody that's there, if they would just, in response to this fucking flaming asshole insulting them the next time he does it, there'll be many, say, you know what? Fuck you, you fucking asshole. You're the fucking fraud around here, and I'm done. And drop their camera, drop their microphone, drop their goddamn equipment, fucking walk off to goddamn I'm fucking done. Fuck you. That's enough. They would make worldwide news. They would get a standing ovation from whoever was in hearing distance, and I'll give them $50,000 to start their new career. I'm putting up $50,000 cash to the first reporter or reporting crew member who tells this fucking piece of shit, fuck you. You're the fucking fraud here, you fucking asshole. He would be he or she would be the hero of tens of hundreds of millions of people around the world who would love to be in that position. I got to check with Stephen Pinu. Now, I'm not advocating. Well, no, I got to check with Stephen because we got to have some kind of goddamn escrow thing set up or something. But I'm not saying physical assault. Don't throw a Subway sandwich. Although that guy, he was exonerated. Nothing physical, just a good old-fashioned American dressing down, which is still hopefully legal.
How do you prevent a situation like with Don Owen's brother, where you're paying extra for a shoot, but they're actually working together to split the money?
Because there's no way that egotistical, lunatic, megalomaniac pig would allow anybody to tell him off to his face for any amount of money, even the Saudis. They haven't got that much money. He's always got to fucking be on top. I would like to just say, I would, if somebody could goddamn get me a front row seat to something, I'll give you $100,000 if I was the one who could do it. But I don't know that people would let me that close to him.
Yeah, everything with him is a one-sided confrontation. Because the people he beats up on the most are the people who can't say anything back or they'll lose their job.
Well, and that's why I'm saying, hit $50,000. Anybody, we've got a wide listenership. I'll give you the first $50,000 toward that bed and breakfast on the beach or that hot dog cart in Central Park. Whatever else you want to do.
Some of these people have network jobs, Jim. $50,000. You got to make it like.
Well, you've also got to be
just.
You got to be also just fucking fed up. I'm not saying, it's, I'll suddenly I'm happy right now, but for $50,000, but no, this is just a little help along the way. Just a little tip, a gratuity, if you will, from the citizens of the United States of America for somebody with some balls to stand up and tell this fucking clown to his face what he fucking is. Anyway.
What would happen? Would they immediately just stop the press conference and
one would
drag the person? Like, how would it happen if it happened?
Well, you can't drag somebody out if they're already walking out and they've done nothing violent. Where are you going to?
Unfortunately, you're talking about an administration that doesn't seem to mind these kind of things.
Well, but that's the thing is by the time, you just said they don't expect it. And no AI generated shit now. This has to be in public where people talk about it because it'd be reported. But if they're fucking 30 feet away with the helicopter and he's answering the questions, and if somebody says, fuck you, asshole, you're fucking fake around here. We hate you. I'm leaving now, and turns where they're walking halfway off the field by the time the meal team 6 could scramble.
Who are you to call someone piggy, Tubby?
Yeah. I ain't your guy, brother. Buddy. Ain't your brother, fellow.
We all know you're bald, right? Beyond even just fuck you, because that's a big step, because that's fuck. Just a good insult that, no one has said to him publicly to his face. You're bald.
Okay, how about...
you're bald, like Elaine DeGeorge. You're bald.
Fuck you, you fat bald asshole. I don't care. Just the sentiment could be in 10 seconds. Can be relayed. As somebody needs to stand up around here.
Jim's also putting up $5,000 for anyone who goes up to JD Vance and says, "Hey, do you know where the bathroom is?"
And I tell you what, $10,000 if somebody asked him when the plane is coming in. It's the plane, boss, the plane. You need to keep up with South Park this season, I'm telling you, too.
I missed the reference. I saw some of the episodes, but I don't know this reference, no.
Yeah, well, oh boy, they did the nasty the other week on TV. Old Shitler and JD did, because JD's working him because he's working in a cabal with the billionaire Peter Thiel and et cetera, while Satan's having Trump's asshole baby. So it's a whole goddamn mess.
I don't think there's any two creators who have gotten away with more over 30 years than Matt and Trey with South Park. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And it was especially timed well that they just got like how many figures is a billion? 17-figure renewal. And right when he decided to make his frontal assault on freedom of the press. So now every episode this season has portrayed him as literally not even the spawn of Satan, but like the fucking baby face or the heel in the relationship with Satan, who's the baby face.
Well, they also know if they get fired, they're going to still get paid. And the contract is signed. You fire us for one of these things, we're going to get all that money one way or the other, whether we do the show or not.
There you go.